Hey everyone, Tony D with a hot take on, I guess it's on the news. First thing I want to talk about is the coronavirus. If you have not prepared yourself for the coronavirus coming into your town, you probably should. And when I say prepare, I think you should do what Sticks and Hammer 666 advises, which is, just you're probably going to get sick. Just understand you're probably going to get sick. So have your sick stuff bought ahead of time. Have your soup and your juice and some drugs, and understand that you need some supplies, because if you have to go to CVS is just going to be closed or it's going to be empty. It's just going to be gutted, because you have to imagine if the coronavirus hits your region, everyone's going to be sick for now they're talking like over a month. It could last that long in terms of the sickness. You're probably going to be very sick for at least 2 weeks. And if you get the coronavirus, you're probably going to have to go to the hospital. The hospital may be so overflowing with people. If you're not that sick, they're probably going to send you home with an antibiotic and a warning to come back if you get really bad. So, you can't really worry about that portion of it. You just got to try to stay healthy. Hope you don't get too sick. And if you do get sick, just stay home and take care of yourself so you don't spread it around. Whether you get the flu or the coronavirus or whatever's coming, try to keep washing your hands and understand that if you're sick, you shouldn't be spreading it around. That's part of the problem. I've seen people go to work and they're just sick as dogs, and they should not be at work. And I'm not talking coronavirus. I'm just talking like regular flu or whatever. And they get everybody sick. And it goes around the whole office, and then half the people are out. If you're sick, stay home. If you're a boss or supervisor, tell your employee to go home. Just tell them to go home. Tell them to go home and get better. Tell them not to worry about their job. It's worth it to lose your employee for a week, one employee for a week, than half the office for over the course of several weeks. If the coronavirus hits, though, I think it's going to probably knock out businesses for a couple of weeks. I think it's going to be so bad, no one will be going to work. So you just want to be prepared. You want to have... Sticks and Hammer says you should have iodized salt, which it turns out I have. I don't know exactly what I need it for. There's salt in everything, but I got that. You want to get some sort of staples, like I got a bag of rice just in case I've run out of food. And being Italian, I'm, of course, well stocked on pasta. So, and get some stuff, some frozen meats and some canned meats and whatever. Just, basic supplies. Get a case of water in case your water goes out, and get some soup. You want to get your sick stuff. Like I got my soup, and I got my cold medicine, and I got some ibuprofen. So that's all you want. You want to just make sure, I'm just, planning on at some point I'm going to get sick, and I'm going to be home for like a week and a half, and I'm just going to tough it out, make videos, and call it a day. So be prepared. Buy now. Or pay later, as they say. In other news, what else is going on? Not much. Crazy Trump administration hasn't done anything insane today. We're still dealing with the fallout from the State of the Union address. And really, Trump doesn't have to do anything. He gave, quite frankly, a great speech. And, it was a wonderful speech. Pelosi embarrassed herself, and it's mostly the fallout from that and Iowa. The Democrats are just imploding. Trump's numbers keep going up and up, and there's no reason to think he won't be reelected. Now that isn't to say if you're a Trump supporter you should just stay home and understand that there are plenty of motivated people who want to see Trump out of office, but the Democrats are just an absolute train wreck. They kind of don't know which way to jump. It looked like it was all going to be about Biden, and now suddenly it's about Buttigieg, which is good for the Democrats. I think Buttigieg, I agree with, again, Sticks and Hammer, 666. He says Buttigieg is probably their best candidate. I think he's probably right because he's not 100 years old. He looks good. He is gay, but he doesn't beat people over the head with it. He doesn't have a lot of experience. So, but then again, neither did Trump. He doesn't have the money, but then again, he's going to be the guy running against Trump if he wins. The alternative is, it looks like Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders gets in, he doesn't have a chance in hell. I would like to see Bernie get the nomination only because, I think he's going to lose, and B, I think he should lose to teach the people who support socialism and communism in this country a very important lesson, that there are very few of you. And you keep touting this idea that, oh, if only we had this choice, if only we could do it, if only we could finally vote for socialism, or whatever you want to call what the hell Bernie represents, that you would get it because the workers would come out and they would support you. And I think you need to be proven wrong. So when the election's over, we could all go, but you don't have the support for this. Nobody wants to vote for this. You're a very tiny minority of people. Because you are. We're talking about maybe 20 to 30% of the Democratic Party, maybe slightly more. That is not enough. It is not enough. People from foreign countries who have come here to escape socialism do not want socialism, even if they can vote. And most of them, if they're illegal, they can't really legally vote. So this idea that, well, we're going to flood the country with immigrants and we're going to get them to vote Democrat, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because it's kind of like flooding the country with college students. Eventually, those college students grow up and they realize, hey, my taxes are really high. Eventually, they start making money and they go, why are my taxes so high? I don't want to pay all these taxes. I'm working hard. Oh, well, we have to pay for all these programs for new immigrants. We have to pay for all these programs so people can go to college. But I already went to college and I already paid for it. It cost me all this money and now I have to pay for other people? See, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to pay for other people's college, especially college. Healthcare, that's a different issue. You could argue about healthcare. You have a much more reasonable argument. College, you do not have a reasonable argument. College is not a necessity. Healthcare, you could totally argue it's a necessity, and I would listen to your argument. When you argue that college is a necessity, no, it's not, especially not the current college that we have today. The current college system is an absolute wreck. It's churning out people who believe in communism, for one thing. So how stupid are they? They have free college in other countries. They have free college in Mexico. I mean, if you want free college, go to Mexico. Why not? If you believe that system, improves things. I mean, you could look at Mexico and tell me how it's doing. They got free college in other countries too. I mean, go live there. See how they work. And see if they're better than the United States. Maybe they are. Maybe living in Mexico will be better than living in the United States. I don't think so, but you could try it. At least then you'll know. You'll understand what free college means. And finally, what else is in the news? What else do I want to talk to? I guess that's about it. It's really the coronavirus and Trump. I mean, what else is there in the news? Other than stuff I talked about after the Oscars. So that's it for me. Check me out on the Screenwriter's Rant. Check out my books, Wokistan, a Novel, and The Pineys, books 1, 2, and 3. Ebooks, trade paperbacks, Kindle Unlimited for free, and coming soon, audiobooks.